This video starts with the trip to the store since I have some food at home, but I'm missing quite a few items needed to prepare the meals in today's menu. Yes, as you might have guessed from the title, I'll be eating a diet throughout the day. Like and subscribe to the channel. For breakfast, we'll need plant-based milk, oats, raspberries and a banana. First, place the pot on a stove, shake the milk and pour it into the pot. Then add the oats and once it starts boiling, cook for 10 minutes. Initially, I thought something went wrong and that I had added too little oats. But after 10 minutes, the liquid evaporated and the porridge started to look more like what I'm used to, even though it didn't look particularly appetizing. I even thought I might not like it and would have to skip breakfast. However, after adding the banana and raspberries, mixing them in and trying it, I was pleasantly surprised. It tasted good even though it's been years since I last had such porridge. The banana adds a nice flavor, but the raspberries, possibly due to their tartness, don't blend as well. Also for the morning meal, there are some nuts that I intended to add to the porridge, but due to their hardness, I decided to eat them separately. Meanwhile, I put water on the stove for tea. While eating the porridge with the nuts, I brewed the tea and finished the remaining food. To my surprise, I got full quickly and couldn't finish all the nuts. The breakfast turned out to be very tasty. So with a good mood, I washed the dishes, got my tea and went to edit the video. Next on the schedule is a snack, an apple. Since I wasn't very hungry yet, it was a bit challenging to eat it, but I managed. For lunch, I've got bulgur on the menu. It's a great choice because it's not only delicious but also nutritious. Bulgur is packed with fiber, vitamins and minerals, making it perfect for a healthy meal. I start by adding the bulgur to the rice cooker and then pour in the right amount of water. After that, I mix in some spices to enhance the flavor, along with salt and a bay leaf for aroma. I turn on the rice cooker and let it cook, while I focus on preparing the other dishes. Next, I take a chicken breast. It's an excellent source of protein, essential for maintaining muscle mass and energy throughout the day. Chicken breast requires a special touch to turn out juicy and flavorful. I rub it with fresh garlic to add a zesty kick and then season it with various spices to taste. I also make sure to add a bit of salt to enhance the flavor. I place the chicken breast on a baking sheet, wrap it carefully in foil to lock in all the juices and then put it in a preheated oven. After preparing the chicken breast, I move on to making the salad. Fresh vegetables are a crucial part of a healthy diet, and today we'll be using tomatoes and cucumbers. First, I thoroughly wash the tomatoes to remove any impurities, and then I carefully cut them into medium-sized pieces. Next, I take the cucumbers and repeat the process. I mix the chopped vegetables in a large bowl. This results in a fresh and juicy salad that will be a perfect complement to the main dish. I did forget to add onion, but I think it's not a big deal, and the salad will still be delicious. Meanwhile, the bulgur and chicken breast are ready. I plate the bulgur, which turned out light and fragrant thanks to the spices, and add a piece of chicken breast. I sit down to eat and taste the results. It turned out delicious. Even though I'm not a professional chef, the chicken breast did turn out a bit dry, which is to be expected for this type of meat, especially when baked without sauce. However, the salad with its freshness and lightness perfectly complemented the main dish, adding the needed touch. I finished everything on my plate, including the juicy salad, but couldn't finish the bulgur because I was already full. Overall, I really enjoyed the meal and I'm pleased with my culinary experiment. Since this is a diet plan, I decided to burn some calories after lunch by doing a bodyweight workout. It's a great way to stay fit and strengthen muscles without needing complex exercises or heavy equipment. I make sure to keep the workout intense to get the maximum effect in a short amount of time. After such activity, I feel invigorated and energetic, and it also helps boost my metabolism. Next on the schedule is a snack, carrots. By the way, if you haven't seen the video where I ate carrots for 30 days straight, I recommend checking it out. Then I plan to head to the pool for a swim, but unfortunately I couldn't film there. I swam and now with still damp hair, I'm heading home. It's time for dinner. For this meal we'll need eggplant, carrots, cauliflower, cherry tomatoes, onion and fish. I start by thoroughly washing all the ingredients and then get to chopping. I slice the carrots into rounds. Next, I take a roll of foil, measure out the needed amount and lay it on a baking sheet. Later I realized that the foil might not have been necessary. I arrange the sliced carrots on the foil, then I chop the eggplant and add it to the baking sheet as well. After that, I scatter small pieces of cauliflower, I slice the cherry tomatoes and add them to the baking sheet too. It's starting to look a bit like a pizza. Next, I open the package of red fish and place it on top of the vegetables. I drizzle everything with olive oil and put it in the oven. Suddenly, I remember that I forgot to add the onion. I quickly correct the mistake, add the onion, and put the dish back in the oven. I wait for it to cook. So much time passes that I get hungry and snack on some grapes. I return to the oven and continue to wait. Overall, the dish baked for about an hour. Finally, the long-awaited moment arrives. I take the food out of the oven. Honestly, it looks incredibly appetizing. By the way, during cooking, my mom suggested adding a bit of water to make the dish juicier. And I took her advice. I played everything and tasted. It's the most delicious dinner of the day. Maybe I was just very hungry. Later I had a small snack of nuts and that wrapped up my culinary experiment. I'm really pleased with how everything turned out. If you'd like to see a continuation where I follow a diet plan for an extended period, please let me know in the comments, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.